Hey, Mom, what's going on? I'm kind of in the middle of something. What's happening?
Hi, Lee. What are you doing?
Well, I'm getting ready to do some magic on a show on the internet. You could check it out if you want to.
Oh, where can I find it?
You can view it on Facebook or YouTube.
You want me to Facebook YouTube?
No, YouTube is a band from Ireland. You can check it out on Facebook or YouTube. Actually, Mom, since you're a part of this, I can actually do a trick with you. Check this out. I have a card, Liberty Magic at Home card. Now, Mom, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the card. Let me know if you can feel this, because if I take the card, I can put it right through. Mom, do you feel anything?
No.
Nothing? Check this out. Watch. We can put that card right through the phone, just like so. But you see, we are now performing in virtual reality, which means you have to question everything you see, including this camera lens, because this really isn't a camera lens, but instead, it's just a sticker of one. And this really isn't my mom, but it's a piece of paper of my mom. And this isn't a phone. You see, this is a piece of solid Pittsburgh steel. And live from Pittsburgh, it's Liberty Magic at Home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Liberty Magic at Home, a project of the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust. On tonight's show, we feature the best of the burg, Pittsburgh's own Lee Terbosic and the man who fooled Penn and Teller, superstar conjurer Paul Gertner. And, of course, our host for the evening, from her basement in Braddock Hills, put your hands together for Zoe Root.
Good evening, all yins, and welcome to the hometown episode. Tonight, we will be talking about French fries on sandwiches, but more importantly, we'll be talking about your favorite magic venue in downtown Still City, Liberty Magic. Now, here is the part where I ask you to donate a little or donate a lot to the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust so that we can make sure to keep bringing art from around the globe and from your next door neighbor right to the Pittsburgh Cultural District. You can do so at trustarts.org/donate. Now, for the past couple episodes, we've been taking a geographical tour around the world of magic. We visited LA, we visited the UK. I thought it was about time we came home to the city of Bridges. So let's welcome onto the show our first guest. He's an artistic advisor to Liberty Magic, Lee Terbosic.
What's up, everybody? Good to see you from my living room.
Hey, Lee, thanks for joining us. A true yinzer, like myself.
Love it.
That's so great. Well, Lee, I have an exciting surprise for you tonight. It might not be so surprising. I know your co-guest tonight is your very own mentor. So I also want to welcome onto the show. Go ahead.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yes. So you actually said about
Hi. Hi, Lee.
What's up, buddy?
Coming to you from Boston.
The man who you said started a chain reaction, not only in your life, Lee, but also on the world of magic in Pittsburgh. So I'm pretty honored to be on screen with you, Paul.
Hi. Well, good to be here, Zoe.
Oh, that's great. Well, Lee, can you tell us a little bit about what you meant by saying that Paul started that chain reaction?
Well, you know what, Paul? I mean, you remember these days when I was a young kid coming to your show, sitting in the front row. My godmother brought me to one of the first ones, if you recall.
Right.
But I think the chain reaction really happened for me in 2010 when we were in New York City. You were performing at SAM, and after that performance of 10 Fingers, you took me to the Houdini grave in New York.
Right.
And that was a really amazing experience for myself. But when we got back to Pittsburgh, you did something really cool. You gave me a copy of the Taschen book.
Mm-hmm.
And in that book, that was where I discovered that the image of Houdini in Pittsburgh,
sure,
which started my journey on to create Houdini 100, which I think is what brought together my show 52 Up Close, Houdini's Last Secrets on Discovery Channel, and now we have Liberty Magic in downtown Pittsburgh. So that little visit to New York, I think, set in motion a ball of magic that brought us right to this moment.
That's great.
Yeah, really influenced this city. Well, Lee, I know you're a really dedicated Pittsburgher, not only in Pittsburgh's history with magic, but also in Pittsburgh's history of food. And I know you have a piece of magic prepared that demonstrates that love of Pittsburgh food. Can you share that with us?
I do. So obviously I have been living in quarantine like everybody else. So I've been working on some new moves and new magic. Obviously, I love the spin cards on my finger. But what I've also been working on is, let me get the cards out of the box here. I've been working on this. Well, check this out. If you line up the cards and I take all the air out of them, I've learned how to spin the entire pack now out of the box.
Pack out of the box.
On my finger. Now I do have a trick though that I want to try that incorporates food. I want to get somebody to select a card. Do we have anybody else that we could pick a random card for me?
Hey, absolutely. Why don't I introduce you guys to a special friend of mine? I know we've got two generations of magicians here with us tonight, Lee and Paul, both Pittsburgh magicians. Let's introduce a third generation magician to the show. Here is Noah Bracco and his mom, Robin. Noah is just about to finish his sophomore year at Central Catholic High School. So thanks for streaming in with us.
Noah, what up, man?
This is going to be so much fun.
Good, dude. Good to see you. And is that your mom?
Yes, this is my mom, Robin.
Robin. Hi, Robin. Since you are a magician, I'm going to disqualify you from this trick because I want to work with Robin for a second. Robin, will you do me a favor? Will you, now this isn't planned up, this isn't set up, this is spur of the moment. Will you name a playing card for me? Anything you want?
5 of hearts.
You want to go 5 of hearts?
Yes.
5 of hearts? Okay, here's why. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna adjust the camera just a little bit here so everybody can kind of see this a little bit better. But I'm gonna go through. You said 5 of hearts?
Yes.
5 of hearts. I'm gonna go through the pack. I will take out the 5 of hearts right there, 5 of hearts. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this so it remains in frame this entire time. So I'll put that right there so it remains in frame the entire time. And when this quarantine happened, what me and my fiance, Jessie, what we decided to do is we wanted to support all the local restaurants in Pittsburgh. And because I started, when I was a magician, when I was around your age, Noah, I started making my career performing in restaurants. That was where I started a lot of it. And so what I did is me and my fiance, we picked 52 restaurants in Pittsburgh that we go to all the time. And I put a different one on each card. So like this is the Pizza Hut card, right? 4 diamonds was the Pizza Hut card because that was what was my first gig with the Pizza Hut. I had Eaton Park, a favorite, obviously. Eaton Park, a little smiley right there, Eaton Park. Now, every single card has a different restaurant name. Primanti Brothers, I got Primanti Brothers. And
fries on sandwiches.
I'm going to go through these so you can see them. We have Fatheads. We have Butcher and the Rye. We have Burgatory, Taco. Mad Mex, Dolce Taqueria. I eat there a lot after shows on my way home. Pamela's, I love their breakfast. Meat and Potatoes, of course. The Commoner at Hotel Monaco. We got Bingham Tavern, local restaurant and kitchen, Bar Marco, Wooden Nickel, the Gold Mark, all the best DJs, the Gold Mark. Off the Hook, amazing seafood, the Sharp Edge. And so what we did is every night when we're looking to go somewhere, Olive Garden, the OG right there. When we're looking to go somewhere, we pull a card out of this deck, and that's where we eat. That's where we go and get food for the night. Max and Irma's. We have Lamont. So you said the 5 of hearts. I've had it in frame this entire time. Now here's why this is interesting, because your card that you picked tonight, 5 of hearts, your restaurant is what is this? That is Little Tokyo on the south side. An incredible sushi spot, Little Tokyo on the south side. Now you're wondering, why are we talking about this? Well, I'll show you. You see, as we've been sitting here this entire time, I've actually had a prediction in full view You see, it's actually sitting right over here on this brick. See, that's my to-go container.
Is that sushi?
Because we ordered food tonight, and we got it to go,
No way.
and it's actually sushi. No, I didn't stop there. I want to prove that this is really from Little Tokyo, because you can see here is my sushi roll. There's my sushi roll. You can see here is the receipt, and on the receipt you can see that says Little Tokyo Bistro, right? But what's even crazier is I had a one card attached to the receipt, and I had your 5 of cards.
Oh, that's so good.
That's awesome. That's so crazy.
So when the show's over, I'm gonna eat the rest of my sushi.
Oh, Lee, I gotta say, I'm so jealous.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Robin.
No, that's amazing.
Nice work. Thanks for your help on that, Robin. Now, Lee, I've actually seen you do quite a bit of magic. But Paul, I have yet to see you perform live. You're slated to bring your full show to Liberty Magic next spring. What can you share with us tonight? Can you tell us a little bit about your style, your preferred style in magic, and share with us a few pieces?
Sure. I mean, I really love and specialize in close-up magic. And that's the kind of magic that's done right here, with a small group in my show I do up in Boston. I have a small group at the table, 34 people, but the first row is really, really close, sitting right at the table. And they watch as close as they can. And can I show you one or two things from the show?
Hey, absolutely. We can't wait.
Okay. Now, what I've been doing during the quarantine is there were these books that came out by a magician named Steve Forte. And Steve Forte is the top sleight of hand guy with cards for gambling. So I've been practicing some of his techniques and so on like that. So if I were to do something with the cards, I'll show you something called cutting to the aces. For instance, if I shuffle the cards a little bit, and I'll give you a little close-up view of this. As I shuffle the cards, I'm going to basically try to find the 4 aces in the pack. Okay, now that's the first one. Let me see if I can find the second one. The second one would be right about there. Okay, and the third one should be right about there. And the fourth one would be right about there. Okay, but now, of course, the question is, what do you do with the aces once you find them? If you're a gambler like Steve Forte used to be, now he's a consultant, you would do a little cheating maybe. And you could place the ace on top. And if I have the ace on top, I can actually keep the ace there, and I could do what we call a second deal. So in other words, I deal around the table and everyone gets a card, but the ace stays on top. So I deal that to myself. Now, if I do it face up, you can see it happen. See, you can just simply, that's called a second deal. Okay, now I could also do another kind of deal. I could deal off the bottom. For instance, I could put the 4 aces on the bottom of the deck. And if I deal around the table to 5 players and I keep myself being hand number 5, I would just make sure that what I do is I deal the ace to myself each time. So that's what we call a bottom deal. Okay, I dealt literally off the bottom of the deck. But if I really wanted to cheat, I would basically do a little palming. Now, palming means to hide a card in the hand so you can't see it. So I'll demonstrate palming. Now, I have the ace here, and this is called the invisible palm. Okay, I take it in the hand, and it's invisible. And then I can put it back, and there it is. So I thought maybe I could show the invisible palm with someone from the audience. Could we get somebody to help me? And I'll have someone actually take a card in the deck.
Yeah, we got Robin right here.
Okay, Robin, as I drop the cards, Robin, would you say stop anywhere you want? You just say stop.
Stop.
Right there. Okay. Hey, fell right out. Okay, I'll let you see the card, Robin, whatever it is. Okay, I'm not going to look at it, although I'll show it there so everyone can get a chance to see. Okay, I'm going to place the card on the bottom of the deck. I'll leave it right on the bottom. And I'm going to demonstrate the invisible palm. There it is. Now, so you can see that's my hand on the front and on the back. All right. Now, I'm going to take and I'm going to place my hand. I'm going to close it up just like that. Okay. And I'm going to place it right here inside the wallet, just like that. All right. So you can see it. Now, I'm going to keep the wallet right on the table, and I'm going to invisibly palm your card. Watch carefully. I'm going to palm your card from the top of the deck and have it end up over here right inside the wallet. Now, watch. Let me see if I can do this. There it is. Now, did you see it go? gone. And if I run through the deck, just like this, and I run through the whole deck, it's gone. But what I did was it actually ended up underneath the little leather. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. There it is. I said it would end up inside the wallet, but it would actually end up inside my hand. And not only that, but you get a perfect copy at the same time. And there it is. Anyway.
Oh,
Yes.
So, let's see. Do we have time for one more?
absolutely. Yes. What do you
Okay.
got for us?
All right. Well, I thought since we're talking Pittsburgh and so on like that, I thought I'd do sort of a routine that I came up with when I was close to Noah's age. Noah, how old are you?
I just turned 16.
Yeah, this is how old I was. 16 when I started doing this trick, and this is a true story. I bought some old cups at a magic shop, and they were not in good shape, but they didn't come with any particular balls for the cup and ball trick. So I found a rubber ball, and I started practicing the trick with a rubber ball. However, that's the way they said to do it in the books. And then a little while later, I found a steel ball bearing in my dad's toolbox, okay? And he was a steel worker. And I realized that if I put the steel ball under the cup, I could mix them around, and it had added the element of sound, okay? So I could take the ball, and I could actually place it under the cup, and you know where the ball is, unless I could take the sound and the ball and make them disappear and have it jump over here inside the pocket. Now, that's what it looked like the first time. I'll do that again. If you watch the ball, a little tap. It actually, okay, now I'll ask you, which cup do you think it's under? Anybody, take a guess. Number 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Robin, I'll let you guess.
Okay.
2.
3? You got it. Very good. Very good. No matter what you choose here, you're a winner. Yeah. Okay, now 3 cups and 3 balls. Now we're ready to start the trick. Now, if you watch the ball right here, whenever I give it a little push, it goes right through the top, balanced on the edge. I'll do that again. This one will go right through the top of 2 cups. Again, balanced on the edge. See? However, I want you to know exactly where the balls are. So whenever I place a ball under a cup, not only will you see it, but I'll give it a little shake so you can actually hear it. Okay? Now watch carefully. We have ball number 1 under cup number 1. Ball number 2 under cup number 2. Ball number 3 under cup number 3. And if I take 2 of them invisibly, you can't see them. I set them on the middle. I give them a tap. Look at what's happened. You see now the 2 end cups are empty because they've all come together in the middle. However, this is the end of the trick. And if I were doing this on the street corners of New York City, this is the moment I would take someone's money. Now, so here's how I'll let you all watch from both directions, okay? I'm going to take and I'm going to remove 1 ball and place it in my pocket. Now that leaves me with just 2. And if I remove this ball right here and I place it in my pocket, I'll ask you how many balls are under the middle cup. What do you think? Anybody? 1, 2, or 3?
1?
1?
Yeah.
Just 1? Let's check.
I can't guess.
You're good.
Oh,
You got it. You got it. And if we did that on the street, they would reach in their pocket and they'd hand you $100 and they'd say, take the money. And you'd think, wow, I just won. And you'd go to take the money and they'd pull it back. And they would say, you got to show me 100 to win my 100. Okay, bring out 100. And if you brought out $100, they would snatch it out of your hand, put it on the middle cup and say, you bet on the middle cup, it's over here. And they would keep your money. Now, here's the secret to the game. They never take the ball out of the game. The only thing they ever put in their pocket really is not the ball, it's the money. And what they do is they slip the ball under an empty cup like this, and it looks like it was there all the while. But if I really get rid of it, Noah, take a guess. How many balls under the middle cup? 1, 2, or 3?
I'd say 1, right?
Yeah, just 1. No.
Oh.
See, there's all 3. But you see, if there's 3 balls, there's an extra one. There's an extra one right over here. And there's another extra one right over here. Now, they're both pretty big and they're both pretty heavy, but underneath the center cup is the biggest one of all because there it is, the biggest. No, that's not it. That's the biggest one. But I can't figure out where it comes from.
Yes.
And that's the Pittsburgh Steel Cups and Balls.
Oh, that's so good.
So,
Especially because you have the element of sound in there too. Like, how do you fake that?
yeah, it adds a whole different element. So
Oh,
that's the
that's
fun
so
part.
great.
Great, thank you.
Love it. Well, at this point in the show, Noah, I know you're an up and coming magician, so I'd love to hand the interview over to you. If you have any questions for Paul and Lee, go for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Paul and Lee, I know you both grew up in Pittsburgh and started as magic really young. And there used to be a magic store in Pittsburgh called the Cuckoo's Nest, and it's closed now. But I was wondering if either of you had either any stories or ever went there in your time performing magic in Pittsburgh.
Well, I actually was a demonstrator there for a long time. When I got into magic as a young kid, as a 10-year-old, I discovered the Cuckoo's Nest, and I was there every weekend blowing all my allowance money to buy new tricks for my shows to do at those restaurants. But when I turned 16, that was when I got my license and I had that freedom. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to be in that magic shop. So I became a demonstrator there and performed there a lot. So I have a lot of fond memories of the Cuckoo's Nest. And over the years, it was sad to see all the brick and mortar ones go away, but as long as I could, I was always stopping down there, stopping in to say hello to everybody, and still buying magic from there, of course. So, Paul?
Yeah, no, I used to do lectures there, and it was a great shop, and spent quite a bit of time there. But and they always had my books and DVDs and videos, and but yeah, the Cuckoo's Nest was around for a long time.
Noah, how about one more question?
Oh yes, I have one more question. My last question is, you both of you have been performing magic for a good while now. I was wondering if either of you have a most memorable performance or show, or just a most memorable story in performing magic.
Well, for me, I think mine's a little obvious. Mine was November 6, 2016, when I performed Houdini 100 in downtown Pittsburgh.
Right.
That was a piece of a performance that I put together over the course of 5 years to pull off, and nothing can top hanging up upside down in a straitjacket on Liberty Avenue over thousands of people, with even thousands more watching online. So that was definitely my most memorable performance to date.
And Lee, that was a recreation of something Houdini did.
Yeah, that was with Houdini in 1916, and that was 100 years. So I discovered, this was the image that I discovered in the book that Paul gave me back in 2010, and you can see Houdini right up there in that corner between those two windows, and it says the Pittsburgh Post right there up next to those windows, and you can see him hanging between the windows, and it's dated there in the corner, November 6, 1916, and all those derbies that are looking up at Harry Houdini.
Wow.
And then when I did the performance that day, one of my goals was to replicate the photo during it. So when they were bringing me up, we stopped me because I went up to 100 feet that day, but they stopped me right at that exact location so I could get my own version of that photo from Houdini 100 years apart. And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I was blessed with good weather.
So you were in the exact same spot as Houdini was.
Exact same spot, 100 years to the exact moment of when he did it.
Paul, what about your most memorable performance?
Well, I think definitely one of the ones was the first time I went to meet Johnny Carson at his house, and we had a little magic session, and we spent about 3 hours doing magic, and at his home in Malibu, and though that was definitely, even though it wasn't a performance, it was a moment that was definitely one that stood out. And that's Johnny holding one of the dies. In fact, I have it right here. That's the die he was holding.
That is the very die.
Was that before you did the Tonight Show that week?
Let me think. This might have been after I did. The first time I met him was before the Tonight Show. This photo is from another time. I was at his house over the years a number of times, and so this would have been probably after the second appearance on the Tonight Show, and I had already done the dice trick and so on like that. Or I might have been showing him it.
One of my favorite stories that you told me many, many years ago, and when all those times when I was asking you all those questions and all those card draws, is you had an incredible story about being in his house that you tell.
Oh, well, that was the very first time, yes. And I went, and it was big home and sitting on the bluff of looking over the ocean in Malibu. But I remember the part I was telling you, it was kind of funny. I was there about 3 hours and I had to go to a trade show in Orange County, which is, another hours or an hour and a half drive or so on like that, depending on traffic. And as I was leaving, he said, do you want to use the restroom, the bathroom? And I didn't really have to, but I thought, how many people have been in Johnny Carson's bathroom? So I said, yeah, sure. And he said, oh, you just go right through there, right through the door there. It's right down there. And so I walked through a door and I'm in this very large room and there's paintings and, things and so on like that. And I kept walking, wondering, where's the bathroom? And finally, all of a sudden I got further down and I saw a toilet. And I realized I was in the bathroom. It was just a really big bathroom. Yeah, it didn't appear to be a bathroom. So the embarrassing part was I had to walk all the way back and close the door. But I was always tempted. And I didn't do it. But Johnny Carson had a bit where he talked about whenever he was in someone's bathroom, he sometimes open up and peek in their medicine cabinet. And I was tempted to do that, but I didn't.
Well, guys, we are running out of time tonight. But before we go, I do want to show everyone a little clip because anyone who has visited Liberty Magic's brick and mortar has seen our water torture chamber that we have in our front lobby. And Lee is actually one of the few magicians who has cracked the code on that water torture cell. So I want to show you guys a little clip of that. So we'll take a look. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay.
This is finally it. I'm going to get to see Lee perform the trick that my great uncle started doing more than 100 years ago.
I've dreamed of attempting this escape since I was 10. But right now, it's about staying focused and keeping the excitement and stress out of my mind. I need to concentrate. I'm going to be able to hold my breath long enough to make this escape. It's incredibly lonely and silent.
Three, two, one.
Clear arms. Lower. Guiding. 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 Continue down. Continue down. Continue down. Lid is on. He's in position. Curtain. Put her there.
Good job, man.
Wow, how was it? A lot of work. Yeah?
You did great.
How did you get out?
Right, so.
Wow.
Oh, Lee, that is so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty scary.
I can't imagine going head first into a jug of water like that.
Crazy.
One of the worst parts about filming that was that we filmed it in Texas, and you'd think it was going to be warm, but when we were shooting, it had a cold streak. So I was training, doing all the breath holding in a freezing swimming pool, and that water was also very, very cold, and it made it even harder to do. But it worked.
Well, guys, that just about concludes the 5th installment of our weekly show. Lee and Paul, thank you so much for spending this time with us tonight. And also thank you for your contributions to Pittsburgh's magic.
My pleasure.
So we'll see you guys both on the Liberty Magic stage soon. Now, I also want to thank Robin. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, Robin.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Yes, it was so great to not be the only non-magician in the show. Now, Noah, I would like for you to hang out because as the youngest generation of Pittsburgh Magic, I would like you to close out tonight's show. So hang tight, okay? Awesome. Well, now, guys, I do want to remind you to support the arts in Pittsburgh by visiting trustarts.org/donate. While you're there, join our email list so that you never miss out on a project like Liberty Magic at Home. That's trustarts.org/email. And as always, don't forget to tune in, same time, same virtual place next week for an episode where we will be continuing our geographic tour of magic and visiting Chicago, spending an evening with Dennis Watkins and Mark Toland, both of whom you may have seen on the Liberty Magic stage in past months. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's just about it from me tonight. Noah, I'm going to ask you to take it away with that coin piece I know you've been working on.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Thank you, Lee and Paul, for giving me this amazing opportunity. This has been so much fun. I have a quick trick to show you all today. And I also do want to thank the local International Brotherhood of Magicians Magic Club in Pittsburgh, because all of the people who've helped me with this trick, it would not look the same without them. So thank you if any of you are watching. Thank you so much. This is what it looks like. Basically, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins. Nothing else in my hands. My sleeves are even rolled up. What the idea is, I have 3 coins on this side and 3 on this side. So 3 on each side. And I take 3 in this hand and I take 3 in this hand. The 3 in my left and 3 in my right. I close my hands and I cross my hands, but they do not touch. That's very important. And I just blow on them like that. Now, when I pull away, you'll see over here there's only 2 coins left, and right here there's 1, 2, 3, 4 coins here. So there's 2 on this side and 4 over here. Again, 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 coins here. 2 and 4. Close my hand and I cross. Again, they don't touch. Just like that. 1 coin here, and now there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins here. Again, nothing in my hands. My sleeves are rolled up. The last coin. 1 coin here, nothing else in my hand. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. 1 and 5. Close my hands. I cross. You can really see they do not cross. They do not touch. And the last time I blow in my hands like that. Over here now there's nothing here except for dust particles. And right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun.